say anything?
Oh, so we're in AC Moore looking for supplies because we're going to be making ears for the Flower and Garden Festival. Instead of buying them this year, I think we're going to try making them. I saw a YouTube video.
DIY
Yes. I saw a YouTube video and I want to try making them ourselves. So this is what I've picked out. Those are like the colors that I'm going with, and then I'm going to do the lime green bow with like pretty pink sparkly accent bow. And Alyssa,
I am going with blue and purple flowers with the burgundy felt and the burgundy bow to go with my dress.
yeah,
Now I'm just looking for something to accent the bow.
like maybe either like a dark purple or a bright blue would be pretty, like to match the blue flowers.
Right here.
Yeah, we have a sleeping baby with us. Let's see. Something fun.
Oh.
Too.
Well, sparkly.
What about something like that right there? That's pretty.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll do that.
Okay. Now the key thing.
Now where are we going?
We're going to Target to look for headbands. We need plain black headbands. He's not. He's in a good mood. Hi guys. So we are back. We just got back from AC Moore, and we picked up all of our supplies, which we're gonna show you a list, or we'll show you a picture of like everything that we picked up for supplies to make these Mickey or Minnie
the
Flower Garden Festival ears.
Insert a picture.
Yeah, so picture. So you're going to need a bunch of small flowers to glue onto the ears. You're going to need some ribbon. We picked up 2 different kinds of ribbon. You're going to need felt, and that's going to actually cover the form of the ears.
Which you make with cardboard.
Yep, so we've got 2 things of cardboard, so we're going to cut circles out of this for the ears.
Headbands.
A headband each.
You're also going to need hot glue
yep.
and scissors.
Hot glue gun, scissors.
And preferably something round to trace so you have the good shape for ears.
Yep, we just picked this cup, which is a good size to trace for the ears. So let's get started. First things first is we want to take our cardboard and we're going to trace 2 circles on our cardboard.
Do you want to videotape me?
So we're tracing our cup and around the bottom, or around the top circle portion of the cup.
Mine are done. This is what it should look like.
And then once you're done tracing, you just want to cut out your circles. Alright, so we're finishing up cutting our circles. Alyssa's still cutting hers.
Where's my other one?
I've got my 2 circles cut out.
Did you take mine?
Yes. So once you get your circles cut out, you're going to do the same thing with your felt. You're going to trace with a marker. We got a permanent marker. Doesn't really matter. Trace with whatever. This time you're going to trace 4 circles because you're going to need one for the front of the ears and one for the back of the ears.
I have a question.
Okay, so I have my 4 circles traced. Alyssa is tracing her 4 circles. I'm going to start cutting mine out. I'm actually going to cut, I'm not going to cut right on the black. I'm going to cut on the outside of the black so that it has a little bit extra to glue down to the edges of the ears. I find that it's easy if I cut my circles, separate. Oh, I have baby crying. But I find it's easier if I cut out pieces and then cut. It just makes it easier. I gotta go check this baby. Okay, so we have our 4 felt circles cut out, and we have our 2 pieces of cardboard cut out. now I like to get all my cutting done before I actually glue anything. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out our piece for our headband. Now we bought these headbands at Target. These are actually really cool headbands. They're the no slip grip, most comfortable headband ever from Target. They actually like kind of mold to your head. Like if you need it tighter, you can make it tighter, you can make it wider.
They don't feel very breakable.
Yeah, they don't feel like they're going to break. They feel pretty durable. So what I'm going to do is the felt that we bought came in these nice little, I think it's like 8x10 rectangles from AC Moore. These were like 30 cents a piece. So with our second piece of felt, what we're going to do is we're going to start at one end, and I'm going to show you how we're going to end up gluing this fabric to the outside of the headband. But we're going to start at one corner, and we're going to actually cut a strip to the opposite corner. So you're going to have a piece that goes basically from this side to this side. And you're going to cut a piece big enough to be able to wrap around the
whole headband.
The headband. So let's get cutting that. Alright, the easiest way to do this, I think, is by using a ruler. I forgot to show you this before, but if you have just like a little plastic ruler, lay your ruler down with one, with the end facing one side and going towards the other side, and we're just going to draw a line on this just to make a strip long enough to wrap around that headband. Do you want a video? So now you'll have a strip like this. It's going to have a point on either end, which was from corner to corner of the rectangle piece of felt. Alyssa's still cutting hers out. And now that we have all of our pieces cut, we're going to heat up the glue gun and start gluing some of these pieces together. Alright, so we are waiting for our glue gun to heat up.
Quick trivia game.
Okay, go ahead. Quick trivia game.
Okay, what's my favorite ride ever at Disney?
Your favorite ride ever is Kali River Rapids.
Good job.
What's my favorite ride?
Soarin'.
Absolutely. What is my favorite food?
Mickey Waffles?
Yep.
That was mine.
Cronut?
Yes.
Is this... Alright, so we're waiting for our glue gun to heat up, and it's like taking forever.
I'm just drinking my Wendy's.
We got all of our pieces cut and prepped to go. We're just waiting. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is we're going to have to put the hot glue on the actual headband and place the headband down on the felt. So I'm just going to do this in strips so that the hot glue doesn't dry. Or I should say harden. I'm going to place this on here like so. And then I'm going to continue doing it all the way around the headband.
We can take it like this, and then you can just like do the fast forward thing.
Yep.
So yours looks like a 90s headband.
What?
Yours looks like a 90s or an 80s headband.
Yes, you can.
You can
I'll
probably.
shoot like halfway. So I have to feed a crying baby halfway through this. Alyssa's working on gluing hers. Mine is glued to the headband. I haven't glued the piece around the back side of the headband yet. I've just glued it to the top of the headband.
We're going to need another hot glue stick here in a second.
After she gets done gluing hers to the top, we'll glue these side pieces. We're going to glue down
Can I have a hot glue stick? Oh, wait,
to the back of the headband. So we have our felt all glued to our headband. This is what it should look like. If you look on the inside here, you can see that there's the seam where we glued, but you're not going to see that. You're just going to see the outside. So the next step is we want to glue our round pieces to the front and back of our circles.
So one is completed.
Alyssa's got one of her ears done. I've got one of mine glued to the front and back. The felt is glued to the front and the back. Once we get the felt glued to both our ears, we're going to have to cut out a notch so that the ears will sit on the headband flushly.
Front, back. Oh my god, it's gonna peel right off.
What?
It's
because it's not. They're not. It's.
You gotta add. Here, can I have more glue so I can add?
Hold on a second. Let me make sure this.
We're running right out of glue. We should have gotten another thing at the store. Actually, no, we don't need one. We don't need much more, or do we?
We need a ton for the flowers.
Well, we have.
That should be enough, as long as we don't go crazy with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you do the back too?
No, I did the back. Alright, so now that you've got your circles, your felt circles all glued front and back of your cardboard circles, we are going to start and we're going to end up cutting a notch or a little like half moon in each ear so that it rests flushly on the headband. Now, if you've got the kind of headbands that we got, which I think I showed you before, they're the no slip grip headbands by Scrunchy. You can shape these to like fit your head. So put your headband on and shape it so that you've got it in the shape that you like, that you'll wear.
Oh my god,
once it's in a shape that you like, however you're going to wear it.
Probably like this for me.
Yeah, something like.
Will I have my hair up or down? Probably down. I don't know.
So anyhow, once you have it in the shape that you like, you are then going to line it up. You can sit it down on a table, but you're going to just kind of figure out where you want to put your ears on your headband, where your ears are going to want to sit on your headband.
It's going.
Okay, so this is kind of where you just want to eyeball where your ears, where you want your ears on your headband. So I think that looks good. So I'm just going to, they're not glued together or anything yet. I'm just, like I said, eyeballing where I want my ears. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trace around the outside of the headband so I can see the notches that I want to cut. So once your notches are now traced, which this is the 2 notches that I'm going to be cutting out, I'm going to start cutting. Make sure you have really good scissors to cut these notches out. If you have dull scissors, it's going to be really hard to cut through the cardboard and the felt.
I'm that beautiful. Okay, so
okay. So I've got my 2 notches for my ears cut out.
Does that look about right?
Hers. Maybe that, I'd say
that looks thinner than that one.
Thinner.
That one's smaller. I mean, like the notch.
Doesn't matter. You don't want to look at the notch. You want to look at like where they sit on the headband. That looks about good right there.
So I'm just like.
No, outside. Outside. Yep. When you're cutting, when you're tracing, make sure you trace on the outside of the headband, not the inside. Because these are going to be sitting on the outside of the headband.
Like that? Is that
perfect?
Okay. No, I can't cut.
So once you get them cut out, we are now going to glue them to your headband. And I'm going to just put a strip of glue right along the inside here and glue them. Okay. All right, so now I'm just, again, kind of just lining it up where I want to glue it. That looks about right.
What are you doing? Are you eyeballing it?
No, I'm not eyeballing anything else. All right, so we're going to take, just notice that there's a little piece that's coming undone, so I'm just fixing that. So I'm going to take my glue. Make sure you have a lot of glue on this inner part because this is going to be...
needs to stay.
Right. And I'm just going to push it on my headband and kind of hold it there for a minute until it sets. So once it sets, I just want to check and see how it feels. Feels pretty good. And I'll do the other side. Repeat.
So we're just gluing the...
So we've got the ears all glued. Squeak, 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 squeak. Do we look like little mouses? All right, so now we have our ears glued to our headband, and they should feel pretty sturdy and secure. If they don't feel sturdy enough, maybe add an extra bead of glue just to where the seam is on front and back. You're not going to see that seam anyhow because this is going to be, the ears are going to be covered with flowers.
And by the way,
our next step.
And by the way, our colors that we have chosen for our flowers and our felt are specifically to match our outfits.
Right, we have outfits which we'll show you the outfits once it's all done. We'll show you the ears and the outfits together because we picked out colors that will match. All right, so now we are going to prep the flowers to glue onto the ears. Now each of us bought different colors that we like. What we're going to do is we're going to clip off the, excuse me, we're going to clip off the little flowers so that way they're all ready to be glued on because we only want individual flowers to glue on. And we got 2 different colors. We got like a darker color and a lighter color that both accent
our outfits.
The outfits. So let's do that now. Now I bought the flowers that you can actually just pull right off of the stem. You don't have to cut them. Alyssa's cutting hers off because hers are a little bit smaller, but they just have like a little piece that just comes right off. And ideally, you want to have enough flowers to cover the front and back of your ears. So I bought one spray for each ear. So hopefully that will be enough for the front and back of the ears.
Front and back? I don't know if I got enough.
Yeah, you do. Okay. You've got a ton. So this can go in the trash. You might even want to use, it's up to you, but even if you want to use some of the leaves for accents, take the leaves off too. just for like little accent color. There. Now I just have a twig left. Alright, now once you got all of your flowers cut off of your sprays and in little piles, you can start gluing them to your ears. How I'm going to glue mine is I'm going to start with the bigger flowers, and I'm just going to randomly glue them around the ears. And then I'm going to take some of the smaller flowers and add them to the inside of the bigger ones. So I've got one ear done in the front, and this is what mine looks like. I just kind of scattered the flowers, no particular rhyme or reason. I might add a couple more light pink ones here, but I'm also going to add some along the seam so that it covers the seam as well as on the back. So that's what it will look like. Alright, so this is definitely a little time consuming, gluing these flowers individually, and I was right. You're going to need one spray of flowers per ear, because I pulled off all the flowers off of 2 sprays and I could just finish the front of my ears, but obviously I wanted to look good on the back too, so I pulled the flowers all off my second spray of flowers, which I'm going to be gluing those on as soon as Alyssa's done with her glue, with the glue gun. We only have one glue gun, so we've got to kind of take turns. But that's what it looks like on the front so far.
I think they look really professional.
Yeah. I think they're going to look really cute. Once they're done, they're going to look really cute.
Okay. So, I have completed my ears. My mom will show you how to make the bow, but this is mine. I thought it was
Alyssa went and got changed into her dress too.
That I'm wearing the day we go to the park. Here, so
I'm just finishing up mine, touching it up, just putting a few flowers in the spots that are showing through. I'm just like touching up the edges here with some extra flowers. And then I will be putting the bow on.
So I have these are actually my mom's. These are actual real Disney, from Disney and Mickey ears, and ours.
Which they're pretty close.
I mean,
they look a little fuller because of the flowers.
Yeah. The bow is...
I'll show you the bow, how to make the bow in just a second, as soon as I've got...
This process was 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
2 hours and 40 minutes.
It takes a long time. It's definitely a longer project. It's tedious gluing all the individual flowers on, but I think it's worth it.
Hers went quicker because she had bigger flowers. I had really tiny flowers, so mine took a little bit longer.
Okay, so let's show you how to do the bow. So basically what you want to do when you do the bow is, I measured out...
it's about 12 inches.
About how big I wanted the bow. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of ribbon. This ribbon actually has the wire in the edging, which I liked. You're going to take a piece big enough to wrap, make a circle like this, and you're going to glue it. But when you squeeze it together like this, it's going to make the bow. So you want the bow, you want to figure out about how big you want the bow up against your
When I made my bow, I made it a little different.
So it's about 12 inches long.
What I did,
use the hot glue and put some glue on one end and glue it.
But I am in love with this. This is so cute. And it's original. No one else is going to have these. It did take a little bit of time.
Definitely.
But at the end, I think they'll come out really nice. And it'll be worth it.
Alright.
I'm just getting really annoyed with all the string of hot glue. That's just having to pull out.
how I'm going to do mine, I'm going to do mine a little bit differently. I'm going to take another smaller piece like this and I'm going to fold it in half like this. And then I'm going to go around my bow like so, a little bit like that. And I'm actually going to glue this in half too. Just run a real thin strip of glue just to kind of glue it. There. So now I have like a piece like this. Now I'm going to kind of like pinch my bow together like that. And I'm going to take my piece and wrap it around.
And then hot glue it.
Make sure. I just want to make sure that it's like
what
even.
If you hot glued it like this and then separated those two parts so it was like a bow like that? Would have the two, you know, like a Christmas bow, kind of. No. Okay. See, with my or what do you call this? Ribbon.
Ribbon.
It was very thin, so when I hot glued it, it seeped right through. So that's why I had to make sure that you can't see the glue. I had to cover up the glue as much as possible. Like yours, it's not. Goes will go right through.
So I've got my bow. Here's my bow. But what I'm gonna do, I also have this other sparkly ribbon. It's got the white. It's white with pink sparkly polka dots. I'm going to add some of this to my bow as well.
I have this print, and I just added it to the middle.
And I'm going to do the exact same thing,
but smaller.
But a little bit smaller with this bow. I'm going to take a piece, maybe half the size of the other bow, and I'm going to glue it together like this and make almost like a small mini bow to put on top of this bow.
Our ears, at the end, my ears remind me of a villain ears almost, like because they're dark colors, and yours reminds me more of like a princess because it's like pinks and like
flowery.
It's more warm colors, and mine are like colder colors.
How does that look? I'm going to glue that. Alright, so that's what my bow looks like. And I'm going to put that on the front. What do you think?
See? Oh, that's cute. Here, we gotta do a thumbnail. Maybe we gotta make it, let's see. Hold that in that hand. I'll hold this like this. Okay, I'm just gonna cut a piece. And then
I could have put some more of these little these in mine. Nah, I like it
ready?
plain.
Like a crazy face. Okay.
Alright, so there you have it. The DIY flower
and garden festival.
Festival ears.
And ours are, it's nice because ours are a little, or different.
Yeah.
Like the bows are different and the colors. And
Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope this was a fun tutorial for you.
Next time
we'll see you again.
In Disney!
And we will be taking lots of video on our trip here in a couple of days. So stay tuned and subscribe. Bye guys.